Hello, everybody. This is Joel with Achieva Rehab. Just coming to you with one of our success stories that we've had in the recent past. This time, a gentleman with Parkinson's disease again. Um, First day we saw this person, his complaints were that his history was very active. He was an active person, was a runner, liked to go hiking all the time with his wife, and through a decline in his overall health, his functional mobility and ability to stay active was drastically affected. First day we went in, he was unable to get out of a chair by himself without assistance and couldn't walk even household distances without the assistance of a walker. So now you're going from a person who the majority of his life is used to being active, runner, sports, hiking, to a person who now is frustrated and frankly depressed because he's seeing the limitations in front of his face of what he can do on a daily basis. His outlook in terms of what he was thinking was bleak. Very, very nervous about what types of answers we would give him and what potential he would have, and if things were going to actually get better. So we needed to get to our perfect formula. You know, the perfect formula for us at Achieva Rehab and our in-home 60-minute therapy program is, number one, a patient who has an absolute strong desire and passion to improve as much as they possibly can to regain their quality of life. We got that, no problem. Number two, a level of trust that needs to be developed with the team, with the family, with the patient and the therapist. That came along pretty quickly. The patient saw, pretty quickly within the first couple sessions that he was going to be engaged in a program which was his style. Very, very intensive, pushing the limits, pushing the barriers, working as hard as he possibly can to achieve the outcomes that he desired. Number three, we were fortunate enough to put a plan of care together that evolved with his development and with his needs going forward. We got those three things, and that's why we had an amazing outcome. Honestly, we had no idea what to expect. We actually limited ourselves in terms of what our expectations were. We set goals up for him that were more reasonable based on the first day, and he kept pushing and pushing and pushing and pushing and pushing, and we evolved with him and his capacity. So you went from a guy who needed assistance to get out of a chair to walk around his home for a few minutes with a walker, high fall risk, was falling all the time. In the end, some of the things that we did with this gentleman right before discharge were astounding. I still use this case as one to kind of demonstrate the potential of our perfect recipe. A patient with a great desire to get better, a trusting relationship, and a great plan of care that evolves with the needs of the patient. Those three things, the only way you get those three things is basically through our in-home program. We're with you for 1 hour every time we see you, and only you, and we're only focusing on you, patient as well. So what he did in the end, on his last day, actually a few weeks before his last day, one of the things that he wanted to do was run again. My assistant on our team, who had been treating him with me, took him to a local high school track. He ran around the track 2 times. He ran. It blew my mind. I was skeptical. He ran fairly safely. Amazing. On the last day I saw him, we actually ended up going on a hike, which caused me some concern. Hilly, rocky, those kind of things. Now, he did need some help, but it was just amazing. It was just something that we never thought would be possible. The third thing, he wanted to be able to hit golf balls again in his backyard. And golf requires a fair amount of stability, a fair amount of strength when you're swinging the club. And on the last day, we were able to get him to be able to do that, and he consistently does that going forward. So one of those things that it was a once in a lifetime opportunity for us. Everything aligned perfectly, and the result was astounding based on where he started. So I hope that gives you some insight into what a great program can do, and more importantly, what the potential for you, if you have Parkinson's or know people with Parkinson's, what you can achieve in the long run with a very intensive program. There's tons more information on our website. We'd love you to go check it out. www.achievarehab.com. Thank you again for listening.